All right. I just got through watching a show that asks the question: are we in a movement? Are we in a moment? We're definitely in a moment. We're not in a movement. We're in an explosive time of change, a radical time of transformation, unprecedented in our lifetimes. This is not the sustained movement of the 60s. This is not an organized, well thought out, well planned, well strategized, tactical movement. It's explosive energy dealt with pent up frustrations that people have had over the last few months. And this is evident because all of a sudden now people are paying attention to the injustices being perpetuated upon people in black bodies. Beforehand, it was almost a daily occurrence. We would just watch and watch and watch, and nothing would happen. However, because of the pandemic and people being in their house and then seeing the abuse over and over again, something snapped in people's consciousness. For African Americans, this is something that we've always dealt with. With African Americans, this is police brutality is a fact of life. Racism is a fact of life. Unequal treatment is just a fact of life. It's just something you had to deal with in this society. But now we're in a moment where we see massive amounts of white people apologizing for the actions of their less intelligent, less humane brethren. And so where are we? What are we doing? So we're in a moment, but we're in a radically different moment. We can make some movement forward. That's what we can do. Now, we have an opportunity to engage the halls of power and place ourselves in strong positions to elicit change when and where necessary, to make life for all people, better. That's where we're at right now. Now, of course, clearly I could definitely be wrong, and this could be a movement, but it would have to be something that is sustained. It would have to be something that is ongoing and long term and doesn't quit at the first sign of trouble or at losing its steam. So right now, we've just had an incident in Georgia where the same old is going on. They have blocked or successfully rigged the system so that African Americans will not have their voices heard. They've created a new polling system that malfunctioned, and therefore, however many millions or thousands of votes were not counted. And what is this? These are the same old games of power that have been played on African Americans ever since we've gained the right to vote. So, there's your test. Here is your test right now. Georgia elections. Because unless people of conscience, justice, righteousness, equanimity of mind get into the halls of power to create a just, holistic society that cares about the well-being of its citizens and of its people so that they can live the best life that they know how to live based upon the morals, the ethics, and the values that they hold dear, it's a moment. It's an entertaining moment that has galvanized the consciousness of America, but has not led to any real systemic change. So, are we in a movement or in a moment? At the moment, we're in a moment. And we shall see We shall see if this changes. If this changes. If the injustice that was perpetuated or that was enacted in Georgia is not addressed, then we just have sugar coating shit. And that's what we got. Peace.